So there's the knives. I bought the colored set with the colored handles because they're more fun. You know, they're more attractive and cool to operate with the colored handles. They're good knives. I use them every day, multiple times. I kept one on the countertop every day for a long time, and I used it for opening all my Amazon boxes that I get almost every day. And they work very, very good for cutting open Amazon boxes. They have the serrated blades, as you can see there, and on one side they're flat. And then on the other side, you can see they have the serrated edge and the angle, the beveled cut, you know, sharpened edge. And so what happens is, when I go to cut butter that I take from the refrigerator that's hard, and I go to cut off a piece of butter, they cut through the butter on an angle. Because of the design of the edge being flat on one side and angled on the other, it causes them to go on an angle and not go straight. So I ended up with, you know, I always end up with a piece of butter that's not the size that I really wanted it to be, and I have to cut it, you know, 2-3 more times to get it, you know, as much butter as I need. So, you know, they're good knives for a lot of stuff, but that sharpening method on the knife blade, where it's flat on one side and beveled on the other, causes them to cut at an angle and some stuff. So, you know, there's that. So I use them every day, and I'm really happy with them. But I decided that I wanted a little bit different knife, and I got a non-serrated edge. This is from Amazon too. This knife is like $14 for one knife, whereas these were, I think, $16 for the 4 knives. And this one has the non-beveled edge. It's sharpened right to the tip. Within 3 minutes of me taking this out of the box, I'd already stabbed my finger and cut my index finger, and it was bleeding. It's just absurdly sharp. It's a really nice little knife. So I keep this on the counter now. And this is my go-to daily, you know, tool for butter and opening boxes. And so here's one of the serrated knives, and we're going to try it on the box here. Yeah, so it cuts pretty good. It's really good for cutting tape and stuff like that. I'll try it on an angle here. Yeah, so, you know, that's how that does. If you have the straight edge one here that I just got, oops, you can see how that cuts, right? So there's a difference, right? These are really good for cutting tape on boxes and stuff like that. And if you get the angle just right on through the cardboard, they'll cut the cardboard good, but not as good as a straight edge. And these cut meat and steaks and roast beef really good. And, you know, they have their application. They're $16 for 4. And I really like them. I'd buy them again. There's no issue with me buying them again. But, you know, that's what they're about. And, you know, you figure out what you want to do if that's the knife you want.